Hello everybody, I want to tell you something about living in cyberspace. Cyberspace has advantage and disadvantage, of course. And may benefits that can help you in cyberspace can be communications or search information about education and the other things. But we have also problems in the cyberspace like trolls or hackers that can steal our information. So be careful in this area. See you.
Hello everybody, my name is Stephanie, there are my classmates Rocío, Mirna and Raquel. And now we're going to talk about the infinitive of purpose and the comparison with us and us. Let's start.
Infinity or purpose. And an infinity can be used to express a purpose, which has a reason for said purpose. We have an example. I study a lot to get good result. In this case, the reason is because I want to get good result. We have another example. He works every day to buy a new house. They are connected to the internet to meet the class. Questions. For the questions, we can use the word why. In this case, answering the infinity or purpose is similar to answering with because. We have an example. Why do you work hard? The answer with infinity or purpose is to buy a new car. Equal to because I want to buy a new car. We have another example. Why do you do the homework? The answer in this case is to have good grades. Now, the last questions. Why is she going to the university? In this case, the answer is to study her career. Remember, the infinitive purpose is to express a purpose.
Now I'll talk about other ways to express a purpose we have in order to and for. In order to is to express a purpose but in a formal style. And we have two examples. The doctor operated in order to save his patient's life. And the next is, they study in order to be teachers. And we have inform. For is to express a purpose and before a noun phrase or general phrase. And we have two examples. The headphones are for listening to music. And the next is, a camera is for taking photos. But be careful, don't use for before an infinity of purpose. We have an example. Don't say, they study for to be teachers. This sentence is not possible.
Now I'm going to talk about the comparison with us and us for to express similarity. And we use us and us with an adjective for two things are the same. For example, this home is as beautiful as this other, or the pants are as expensive as the dress. We use an adjective between us and us. And use the adverb almost in affirmative statement to indicate that two things are very similar but not exactly the same. For example, Bugatti Veyron Super Sport is almost as fast as Bugatti Chiron.
As you saw in the previous part, my classmate was talking about how to use comparisons as to express similarity. But now I'm going to explain how to use comparison with as to express difference. And we have other expressions for that. In the first part, we have the expression not as asked. We use this expression to indicate that two things in a sentence are different. And we have two examples. The math test was not as difficult as I thought, or wasn't with contractions. And we have other example. My computer is not as good as yours. On the other hand, we have other expressions, not quiet. In this part, not quiet, we use when the difference between two things in a sentence, the difference is very small. And we have two examples. Peter is not quite as clever as Rocio. And the other example, the Coca-Cola bottle is not quite as cheap as the water bottle. In the last one, we have the expression not nearly. We use expression not nearly to indicate that there is a big difference between two things in a sentence. And we have two examples always. My car is not nearly as expensive as my brother's car. And the other example, I can run not nearly as fast as my brother. And finally, we have another about how to use comparison with as and as in different expressions. And the note says, you can use shorter statements with as when the meaning is clear. And we had one example about it. The old speakers were great, but the new ones are just as nice. It's how to say it just as nice as the old ones, but if the sentences at the beginning is clear, so for that reason just put as just as nice with emphasis. It's necessary in this part put or write just as nice as the old ones. Just the way short is more convenient. Are just as nice.
Thanks for watching our video. See you in the next video.